Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mithea and this video is for all of you who are interested in applying to law school. I'm going to be offering you my top 5 tips that I personally would have liked to have had or known about when I was back in university. I believe that these tips will help make you a competitive candidate in the law school applicant pool. So if you find this video helpful, give it a like. Now let's get into the tips. Tip number 1 is to major in something that comes naturally to you or something that you actually enjoy. Your undergraduate grades are an important part of the law school admissions process, so you want to ensure that you are achieving high grades during your time in university. There's no correct major that you have to pursue in order to get into law school, so major in something that you actually enjoy, and this will be reflected in your grades as a result and can ultimately help make you a competitive candidate. I personally did a history specialist at the University of Toronto. I also have friends from law school who majored in mathematics and business. So you don't necessarily have to take courses like criminology or philosophy, thinking that it'll help you get into law school. But do keep in mind that law school is reading and writing heavy, so it may be beneficial for you during university to take electives that help you brush up on these skills. Tip number 2 is that you take the LSAT seriously. Along with your grades, admissions officers use scores from the LSAT as an objective measure to assess the quality and knowledge of the applicants. So I highly suggest that you take the LSAT seriously. If your undergraduate marks aren't as high as you'd like, you should aim for a high LSAT score to make you a competitive candidate. When I was personally studying for the LSATs, I found the LSAT prep courses to be an additional expense that I couldn't afford, but I quickly learned that various law schools offer free prep courses to those who applied and who met specific criteria. So I wanted to go over some free LSAT prep courses that were around when I was studying and that are still available today. The first one is offered by the University of Toronto Faculty of Law, and it's called the Law School Access Program. So this website here specifically talks about what the LSAT is and details the time commitment, how long the program is for. It also goes over the eligibility requirements for the program. And there's also an income component as well associated with it. So that's worth checking out if you think you can qualify for this. There's also the free LSAT prep course offered by Osgoode Law, and this is a course that I personally took back in 2017. It was very helpful in terms of getting my bearings with the LSAT and getting more familiar with what the LSAT entails, and it was a good breakdown of each section as well. I got 2 free workbooks to work in. And again, there are eligibility requirements for this program. Specifically, you have to intend to write the LSAT for the upcoming term, and there's also a grade requirement as well. So these are options that are available, which I think will be helpful to those looking for a free LSAT prep course. There's also options offered by the Law School Admission Council. This wasn't around when I was studying for the LSATs, but it's great that they're offering it now. And there's 2 resources in particular that are worth mentioning. There's the one offered by Khan Academy, which, as you can see here, I believe it offers built-in prep tests. So this is helpful because I remember when I was studying, I had to manually go and print out pages and pages of old prep tests for practice, and it was such a waste of paper. So this is a great resource for those who are looking to get more practice with timing and testing themselves. There's also the LSAC Law Hub, which it appears they offer 2 free official LSAT prep tests for you to practice on. There's also an additional service if you want to pay money and receive 70 of the full LSAT prep tests. So these are worth checking out. Another gem in terms of LSAT prep is Eventbrite. So I would often check for LSAT prep courses in my area, and usually there's an LSAT prep company offering a free introduction to LSAT prep. So let's see here. See, there you go. There's one coming up, I believe that's next week, and this is actually what I attended back in 2017, which was very helpful in terms of getting to know more about the LSAT. The company is trying to get you to enroll in their program for a fee, but there is no obligation for you to enroll. It's more of a primer. So as you can see, breaking down each area of the LSAT. So if you have no idea what the LSAT is and you want to learn more, these are great events to check out. Tip number 3 is to do extracurriculars and to volunteer. This tip may be more critical for law schools who take a more holistic approach to selecting law school applicants. However, it doesn't hurt to have well-rounded experiences outside of your studies. So you have a great GPA. What's next? Remember that you are competing with hundreds of other law school applicants who probably have great GPAs. So how can you stand out? It's through your extracurriculars and through volunteering. Make sure that you have as much work and volunteer experience without affecting your grades as possible. Law schools are looking for well-rounded people that have experience in the society that they will eventually be defending. If you're in university, join a club on campus. Don't just be a member, but get on the executive team. This shows the law school admissions committee a number of things: your leadership skills, your initiative, and your ability to work well with others. Having concrete examples like this will paint a better picture of who you are as an individual, allowing you to stand out among the applications. I was a commuter student at the University of Toronto, so I didn't have the time or the energy to stick around after classes to participate in extracurriculars. So I made up for this deficit by taking 2 years off after graduating to figure out my next steps, and I also used that time to volunteer in my community. And in a sense, I essentially beefed up my CV in terms of my extracurriculars as a result. What I would do is I would look up organizations that I genuinely was interested in learning more about, and I volunteered my time with them. Tip number 4 is to put yourself out there and to make connections with your professors and anyone else who can write you a strong reference letter. Depending on the law school that you apply to, some law schools require letters of reference as part of your application. For example, the University of Windsor requires 2 reference letters, one academic and one non-academic. So during university, take the time to get to know your professors, go to their office hours, ask questions, and show interest in the subjects. If class sizes are an issue, take seminar courses with a smaller class size. And who knows, maybe these professors will have research or work opportunities for you to better showcase your skills and for allowing them to write a better and stronger reference letter. In terms of your non-academic reference letters, who should you ask? If you're working part-time, you can ask a manager. If you're volunteering, you can ask the person who oversees your responsibilities at the organization. Basically, ask anybody who you think can write you a strong letter in terms of your unique skills and why you would be a good fit for law school. Tip number 5 is to write a strong personal statement. This is where you pitch yourself to the admissions officer. Answer the questions, why you, why law, and why this law school? Why you? Besides your high grades and LSAT score, what makes you a good fit for the legal profession? Maybe you worked in retail for 5 years and learned the importance of good customer service. As a result, you believe you can assist your future clients from different socioeconomic backgrounds and know how to put the client first. It can be any experience that you believe makes you stand out as a candidate. Explain with concrete examples. Don't just say you're hardworking. Hardworking how? Why law? Why do you want to go to law school? Wanting to help others is not compelling enough. Have a story from your life that you can tie this desire to. Why this law school? Do your research on each law school that you are applying to. I highly advise against using the same personal statement for every law school that you apply to. For example, Windsor Law is known for being a social justice-oriented school. If you're passionate about community development and volunteering, mention that in your personal statement and relate it to Windsor's commitment to social justice. So those were my top 5 tips. What'd you think? Was it helpful? If you're currently a law student and you have other questions about the law school process in general, let me know in the comments below about what videos you'd like to see from me, and I'll try and get that out for you. If you're applying to law school currently, good luck, you got this, and thank you for watching my video. I hope it was helpful. Stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you then.